Who is this man? His name is Ali Mahmoud Awad Ursin. He is a Muslim. He is currently being held without bond in Texas for murdering this woman, Galera Bagherzerda, and her husband, Cody Beavers. This young couple was murdered by Ali Mahmoud because they helped lead his daughter, Nazreen, I believe her name was, to Christ. Okay? The Iranian lady was grew up in a Muslim home and then forsook Islam and converted to Christ. A wonderful story. And then she became an evangelist and an activist for Christian faith, for women's rights, I mean, to expose some certain things. I'm certain, and I don't know the details of her activism, but all the press reports I've read talk to her about being an activist. And her husband was also a Christian. Well, this Christian woman led Ali's daughter to Christ. And so he lied in wait and had his daughter and his son and his wife help him and to plot, just methodically plot, to figure out where they were so that they could be followed. And he shot the daughter while she was driving, or shot the woman rather, while she was driving. And then some months later, snuck to the man's apartment. They figured out where he lived, even though they were living in hiding, and shot him in cold blood. And he said repeatedly at the time, and the testimony bears, that it was because they had led their daughter to Christianity and led her away from Islam. Okay? The wife is in prison. The daughter is in prison for stalking because she helped follow him and find out where they lived. And the son is also in prison. The man's wife and son are somehow conspirators in the murders. He had, one report said, 200 credit cards. He had diamonds. And they had a bunch of fictitious names where they were getting money from the U.S. government. Now, in other words, this man is a despicable, vile human being. But wait, maybe he's not. Maybe he's right. Well, what could I possibly mean? Well, if Islam is the truth and what Muhammad said to do and the example that Muhammad left, his words and his deeds, if they are in fact the best example of the servant of Allah, well, Muhammad got booty. He raided, took caravans, so they took other people's stuff, right? Muhammad killed people who left their religion. He said, kill them. If they leave their religion, kill them, okay? And this Iranian Muslim lady left her religion, so the guy was doing what he was told to do by Muhammad. So if Muhammad was a true prophet and is the seal of the prophets, the final prophet to come to fix the errors that how the Jews corrupted the texts of the Old Testament and the words of Moses, and how priests and monks corrupted the texts of the New Testament so that the pure religion of Moses and the pure religion of Jesus, which in fact were Islam, could be restored, and that Muhammad would give the Quran, the final authoritative word of God, to the world, and that was it. The seal of the prophets, it's done. That's what Islamic dogma teaches, okay? In about a 20-year span of public ministry, you follow the life of one man. All the Quranic revelations come through one man, and the example of one man, which is praised in the Quran, and all the hadith, or most of the hadith, are just simply bound up in what Muhammad said and what he did and what he allowed to take place in his presence. So the whole of the Muslim faith revolves around this man, Muhammad. That's why, for example, Muhammad oversaw the brutal execution of hundreds of Jewish men. Decapitation, all right? Muhammad said in another place, kill any Jew that falls under your power. Another Jew he had strapped down, and they kindled a fire on his chest to get him to talk as to where money was. They literally, before they cut his head off, they burned a pile of flint on his chest, torturing him to try and get him to tell where money was. So maybe Ali Mahmoud, this man, was just following the example and the words of the Prophet of Islam, as they call him. And if Islam is true, then who are we to condemn what Ali did? Now, as I said at the beginning of this show, for evil to triumph, all that is necessary is that good men focus on things that really don't matter and that they get full up with bread and circuses. I'll be right back to discuss this more.
Hey, everyone's been asking me, when's Unstoppable coming out on DVD? Well, it's here. And I have created my own deluxe signature version of Unstoppable that contains not only the movie, but over 5 hours of additional curriculum and study guides for your family. It's perfect for your homeschool, educational facility, small group Bible study, and family devotions. And I'm going to share with you some of the spiritual warfare that surrounded the release of this film. This box set also includes extended scenes, new music videos, the inside scoop on the whole Facebook controversy. So what are you waiting for? I made this special version with my family in mind, and I know your family will be blessed by it too. Unstoppable 2.0 Deluxe Signature Version, available only here at KurtCameron.com. I can't wait for you to experience what's inside.